all geek to me!
Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the It's All Geek to Me podcast. But now, it's time to get into the geek news. So, cue the applause. And cue the laugh track. Let's get into the news. Taylor Swift has taken over the NFL with her relationship with Travis Kelce and showing up at NFL games. Come on, Taylor. It wasn't enough that you had every woman from menopause to tweenie stuffing themselves into some bulging dress you once wore, but you have to take football too? I will never, ever, ever, ever accept that. Oprah Winfrey is in the press again, praising herself for raising money for the fires in Hawaii. She was so happy that people dug deep into their pockets and gave to the relief fund she set up, giving $12,000 to victims of the fire. Wouldn't it have been easier for Oprah to just cut a check considering she's worth over $1 billion? A St. Louis youth football team has canceled its season, leaving the kids with no team to play for. Why would this happen? Well, one of the parents, who is just a great example to their child, decided to shoot the coach because their kid who was not starting the opening game. Guess the parent believes in the shotgun offense. Brianna Kopage, 28, was an English teacher at St. Clair High School, about an hour outside of St. Louis, has given up teaching and working on OnlyFans, showing all she has. The ex-teacher says that not dealing with entitled students, entitled parents, and making more money were the main factors in her decision to leave teaching. Opponents of her decision say she's giving up her dignity. But hey, how much more dignity could you lose than being a teacher nowadays? Danny Masterson, who played Hyde on That 70s Show, is looking at a long time in prison after being found guilty of sexual assault. Why the reboot of The 70s Show did not put this in the show is beyond me. After all, we knew Hyde would end up in jail. Howard Stern continues a total about face on what made him famous, now being one of the most woke guys in media. It's a long way from the guy who would degrade women and being racist every day. Guess the invite to the cool kid table in Hollywood was too much for him to pass up. Another hypocrite of the week. Hypocrite. Hello, this is It's All Geek to Me, episode 6. And today we're joined by my buddy Tornado again. Say hello, Tornado.
Hey, how you doing?
It's good. And today we're here to discuss some great things that we love. You read the title, Harry Potter. I am a big Harry Potter nerd, very big, so is Tornado. But Tornado, are you a bigger Harry Potter nerd than me?
Probably not.
Yeah, but we have loved Harry Potter since, I think, 5th grade.
I've liked it, like, for a very long time.
Yeah, me too. I, played some of, the Lego games, but I didn't really get into it till, 5th grade, because, we had the same class in 5th grade, and our buddy B, who was on last time, he was in it too, and we really got into Harry Potter because of our 5th grade teacher, because she, read the first book to us, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I actually didn't hear that. The book that was read to me was by my parents when I was, really little. I read all the books and then watched one movie at a time. I read a book and then I watched a movie.
Yeah, but Harry Potter's became a massive phenomenon. I just remember we got into it, we read the book, and then she sort us all into these little Gryffindor house, not Gryffindors, but the houses of Hogwarts. What did you get, if you remember? I remember mine.
I forget.
Did you get Ravenclaw or Gryffindor? I think it was one of those two.
If you don't read the books first, then you're gonna miss a lot of Harry Potter. They cut out a bunch of scenes, and then reading the book gets boring because it's all predictable from the movie. But a movie doesn't get boring.
Yeah, I love the books. I have every single one. I'm not going to show any because they're up on my shelf and I really don't want to cause a mess. But I've read the Harry Potter books and I've seen the movies. If I'd say which is better, the books, obviously, because the books have been part of this since, like, it's been awesome. You know how many companies rejected publishing it, Tornado? You want to know how
yeah,
many?
I remember that. Like, they got lucky when someone did, because like of how many rejections they got.
I know, like, you, like, in Bloomsbury finally, like, picked it up, and I'm just like, how could you reject Harry Potter? That thing became a phenomenon.
Like, even if someone liked it, I guess people didn't see really money potential in it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. Like, when the books were starting to get popular, I think maybe it was around, let's see, the first book, 1996, I think the first book was published, and 1997 was the second book, and 1999 was the third book. I think that was right around there that people were starting to actually try to see if the books could be turned into films.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, too. Like, when the movies were being made, all the books weren't finished yet.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is an interesting story. I don't know if you've heard of this, but Alan Rickman, who played Severus Snape, rest in peace, Alan Rickman, he knew about Snape's character arc and what would happen to him before the final book came out. Have you heard of that story?
I didn't.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling, she picked, because she knew who she wanted in her films, and she picked Alan Rickman, and Alan Rickman, of course, played Snape. And before the final books were published, this was like right around when the first movie was filmed, he was in a room with J.K. and they were talking, and she told them how, oh, Snape is this double agent. He was in love with Harry's mother, and you will know about this, but you can't tell anyone. And he kept it a secret. And then when the final books came out, that's when he could finally like reveal that he was told about this at the beginning. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Snape. I think Snape has the most creative character arc. Do you think so?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, really put a lot of creativity.
Snape has a really good character arc because you think of them as this really coward jerk, but really he really cares about Harry and the others. Like he would put
in the beginning, like first few movies and books, it's like, oh, I don't like that guy, but in the final ones, it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I like him? He's so cool.
But then when he dies, he gives like Harry his memories, and then we find out the truth. Like he was in love with Harry's mom. He was protecting Harry this whole time. He was the one who learned about the prophecy, and that's when he told Dumbledore about it.
Yeah, they make you like despise him, but like when he dies, you're like, oh dang, I don't know why he died. I'm so sad.
Yeah, Snape has the worst. Snape, in my opinion, is probably the saddest death in the series. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I think sad. Dumbledore is, because Dumbledore was like really. Remembered.
Oh yeah, many readers were angry when Dumbledore died. Many readers were very angry.
Yeah, I really didn't like that they killed him. He was like so.
Yeah, cool. I got so mad when he died. When I found out he died, when I read it, I was just like, no, not Dumbledore.
They could have at least done what they did in Harry Potter and make him like a ghost. Like there's ghosts in the school. They could have made Dumbledore a ghost.
Yeah. Like
Dumbledore like belonged to the school.
Yeah. It sucks that this happened. Like it sucks. Like why this happened. But it shows like he's a very interesting character. Oh yeah, by the way, Michael Gambon, who is the second Dumbledore, he passed away recently. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I didn't. I actually only know the first one yet.
Yeah, Michael Gambon, who replaced Richard Harris as Dumbledore for the third and the rest of the films, he passed away recently.
That's so sad.
Yeah. But going back to Harry Potter, we are not going to talk about JK. If you're wondering if we're going to talk about JK's comments, we do not agree with her, just to let you know. But we're not going to be talking about JK's comments and getting into politics. Right, Tornado? We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the politicals because...
Yeah, because that caused a lot of memes and a lot of Harry Potter actors who were friends with her to get some backlash. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But we will talk about, like, the books. Like, the books, of course, they're really great. I love the books. Who's your favorite character in the books, Tornado, by the way?
The books, I feel like they're just really descriptive versions of the movies. Like, the movie just sum that up too much. I don't really have more fun.
I think my favorite character is either Sirius Black or his brother Regulus.
Like, I don't really have one, because, like, there's first Snape, then there's Dumbledore, and then there's Harry Potter.
Yeah. But I think, well, there's a lot of good stories too in the Harry Potter universe. I mean, there's the main storyline where Harry has to fight Dumbledore. Not Dumbledore. Why did I say Dumbledore? I meant Voldemort. He has to fight Voldemort one day and bring balance to the wizarding world. But there are a lot of good other side stories too in the books. Like my favorite one is about Sirius Black. Sirius Black's my favorite, and he had a younger brother named Regulus. Do you remember the story that he sacrificed himself, his brother Regulus?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, many people thought he was a coward in Voldemort's ranks because he was a Death Eater, and Remus Lupin said he managed a few days. Even his own older brother thought he was a coward who ran away. But no, this is not the case. He did not go into hiding. He did not run away. He was the first to discover Voldemort at a Horcrux. And then where they go to get the locket, he had Kreacher, the house elf, he had them go test out the obstacles, and then Regulus actually sacrificed himself and switched the Horcrux with a fake locket. And no one knew about it. No one knew that he died a hero. Nobody knew he was trying to protect his family. It's very sad when you think about it, because now the wizarding world just thinks of him as a coward.
Yeah, maybe
is that messed up?
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Like, everyone will think he's a coward. Like, when he joined the Death Eater, so
yeah, even his own
Death Eaters think he's a coward, and then the Death Eaters think he's a coward because he betrayed them. So everybody thinks he's a coward.
Yeah, not as big as a coward as Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew is the bigger coward.
Oh yeah.
The Marauders are another favorite part of the book. Oh yeah, a lot of people were saying, like, if they did Harry Potter's like TV shows, they said the Marauder series would have been a good idea, but nope, they're rebooting this Harry Potter series for HBO. All right, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Do you like if this show comes out, will you like the show, or will you forever love the movies?
I would not like the show. I like the movies. I like it how it is. I don't think they should add any more. Like, they could add to the Book of Beasts or whatever that thing's called, but nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't need a reboot. Like, the movies did it justice. J.K. Rowling thought they were really well made, and oh yeah, she had like complete control like over the movies. Like, she explained who she wanted. She explained who she had, because there's a very good reason why she had control, because there was this story. You know Walt Disney, right? You know Disney.
Yeah.
Disney. There's a lot of live action movies that are forgettable, but have you heard of the live action film they made called Mary Poppins?
I heard of it, but I never watched it.
It's a good film. Very good for the 60s or the 50s, whenever it was made. Walt Disney, when he was making the film and he had the author come in, she was too picky about things, and they had to change a lot of things about it. And she refused to watch the film. She hated it because she was so picky. And because of that, a lot of authors now are protective of their work. Like Rick Riordan, who wrote the Percy Jackson series, he even has helped, because there's a Percy Jackson series that will be out in 2 months on Disney Plus. He's even said he wrote 2 of the episodes for the show because he cannot trust anybody but himself to write it. Pretty sad when you think about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's so sad because, like, J.K. Rowling, like, even knew, like, if something messed up, it would be bad. Oh yeah, if you're wondering, if you want to know more about the Mary Poppins story of all that, go watch Disney's live action film Saving Mr. Banks if you want to be interested in that tornado.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but going back to Harry Potter, really, really good. All right, so you want to talk about the movies now or Fantastic Beasts?
The movies.
Yeah, the movies. The movies, very, very well made. A lot of people compare Harry Potter to The Lord of the Rings. When a lot of filmmakers, when they rewatch the Harry Potter movies, because they were made like in the early 2000s, they were just like, the graphics look kind of bad. But the director of the first one, Chris Columbus, not the one who sailed the ocean blue, right? Not that one. I know, like, he's named Chris Columbus. That's his actual name. He was picked to make the movie. There were many directors on the line for directing these films. Steven Spielberg, who directed Indiana Jones, he was one of them, and he wanted it animated, and he wanted a different person playing Harry, but J.K. Rowling said no. So he got the job, but I like his way of directing. You may like this. There are a few directors in the film that failed. Like the director of the 4th movie, The Goblet of Fire. He was a nice guy. Mike Newell is his name. He's a nice guy. He's very talented. But what you probably want to know more about what he did, why the film was considered by many bad.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Dumbledore asked calmly meme?
I didn't.
It's this meme from a section of the Goblet of Fire, and it says, "Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire, Harry?" Dumbledore asked calmly, and then in the scene about the Goblet of Fire, Dumbledore is angry, and he's yelling. That's not that, because in the books he's always calm.
Yeah, he's always calm. Like he's so calm.
So calm, which
like seeing him angry is actually not fun.
Yeah, the only time he got angry was when he burst open the door in the book and he went Expelliarmus, and that's the only time we saw him get angry. But because of the director's choice, it ruined that big moment like we got in the book. It ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't like Mike Newell. But Chris Columbus, what I liked about him directing the first movie is that he knew about the source material. There was a lot at stake for creating this movies. He had to please the fans who knew the books. He had to please the studio because Warner Brothers was making this as big money. He had to please J.K. Rowling, who said trusted him with her baby. And he had to create many details, like how, like, no one knew what anything looked like. No one knew what the wands looked like. No one knew what the clothes looked like. No one knew what Quidditch looked like. So they had a lot to do.
Yeah, Quidditch must have been, like, really hard to do.
Oh, yeah. It took a long time. He even sat down in he sat in a room for like 2 hours discussing with Rowling how the Quidditch game would go on the big screen. They discussed that for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like, it's a game fully made up, so like you can't go wrong on it, because if you do, then like it's very original, so it's gonna be like hated on. Like,
but I love the Harry Potter films. I love all Harry Potter things related. Like, I was gonna wear a Harry Potter shirt, but I couldn't find it, so I couldn't wear it. But there's this teacher, like, we of course got introduced to it like in 5th grade, but in history, I'm not gonna say the teacher's name, but he's really into Harry Potter, and he has like these arm tattoos, like all of just tattoos related. He had one of the Deathly Hallows sign, and then he had a stag to resemble James Potter's stag when he is an animagus. You can't deny that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And he's got like these tattoos too of it was like Gryffindor, and then I think Godric Gryffindor. Yeah. Oh, all right. So we talked about the movies. Do you have anything else to say about the movies?
No, I don't. I think they're pretty cool. And
what's your favorite?
They're not as detailed as the book. Like, I feel like even though they would be really long movies, I feel like they should have added the scenes that they didn't in the book.
Yeah, like the Regulus Black scene, like of how he switched the lockets. That would have been amazing to see on screen.
Like, most people just watch the movies when the movies came out. Like, right now, like, people aren't going to read the books.
Yeah,
they're just going to watch the movie and say, I already know what's going to happen. But they miss so much just by doing that.
Yeah, they're going to miss it. It's just like the books came out first. It makes sense to read it. Like, it just makes sense. But the movies, what's your favorite movie in, like, movie-wise?
The final movie when the battle happens. That was really
cool. Deathly Hallows
Part 2. Climax. Like, the movies led up to the climax.
Yeah. A lot of people like the Deathly Hallows film a lot better than the book, because for the second part, because they had to make 2 parts, a lot of people like that movie's version because the battle was all made up. It was all made up. Like, you see, not the part where Harry gets the Horcrux. That was all in the book. But mostly we don't see the other people fighting. It's just mostly Harry's point of view, and he's mostly alone. We don't see the others fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when they did that, I was just like, whoa. Like, a lot of people are like, Sawyer, like, how are you talking about this? You weren't born in the 2000s. I was born in the 2000s, but I was born in 2008. So I was like 2 when the last movie came out, like 2 years old. So I had to watch, and I just remember seeing it on TV. Well, not at 2 years old, but just like little. And I was like, I want to get into the series. And then little did you know, in 5th grade, we got a big introducing to it, right?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. So the movies.
In 5th grade, I've already read that one book that we read, so
yeah,
it wasn't much of a surprise to me.
But a lot of people were like, oh, sorry. But a lot of people were getting into it like the first time, but our teacher really got us into it. She was a huge Harry Potter fan. My family is really huge Harry Potter nerds as well. Like my cousin, she has a mug that has the Marauders map on it.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like really awesome. And I remember like everybody bringing in their wands for show and tell. Like our friend Matthew, he had like a Voldemort wand, the original one. Did you think that was pretty cool?
Yeah, definitely. I think that was like unbelievably cool.
Yeah, and then your other friend, like he brought in the Elder Wand. Like, and these aren't like the little like the toys. Like these are like collectible wands that they sell like at Barnes and Noble, right?
Yeah, I have one. They are like really actually made of strong materials. They're not like to be played with. Like they got stands for them.
Which one do you have?
I got I believe it's the one that Voldemort. I don't know what it's called. It's the most powerful wand.
The Elder Wand.
Yeah, the Elder Wand. I got the Elder Wand.
The Elder Wand. Yeah, I have it too, but I don't have like the collectible ones. They have the series called Mystery Wands, where you get to collect these cool things, these cool playable wands. I have one. I have the Elder Wand. I even have a Severus Snape one, and I have a Death Eater one. Let me show you. I have
Which
it right
Death Eater?
here. This is it. This is really good. Just look at that.
Mm-hmm. That looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But like the collectible wands have like a more sturdy material. This one doesn't. This one's more for like being played with. This one's more for being like played with.
Yeah, the toys. Toys aren't as popular though.
Yeah. Expelliarmus. All right. Do you want to talk about the Fantastic Beasts now?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the Fantastic Beasts films. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. A lot of people don't like the Fantastic Beasts films because I'm just like, why? It's all right. The main problem, my parents even said this, it's written more like a book. It's told like it's in book form. JK is stuck in her ways as a novelist, and writing scripts for a movie is a whole new baseball game. It's a new ball game. And it's hard to write in, like, I write books. I'm an author on Amazon, but I write books. And when it comes to writing scripts for my videos, it's easier compared to a book, because in books you have to give every single little detail you can find. But in this one, it's told like in book form, and many people have bought the screenplays of the books. Many people bought screenplays of the books, like this YouTuber named Movie Flame. Go watch his channel. He's really good on Harry Potter content. He's the one who got me to read the Harry Potter books. But he talked about the screenplay. And when I read it myself, I was just like, oh my God, he's right. It looks so much like a book. Like, have you seen that? Like, like the screenplays of the books?
I have.
Yeah. They're like written as a book. And people said like, oh, the screenplays are way better than the film. And I like the first Fantastic Beasts film. I thought it was really good. I like them all. They're not poorly made. It's just that it's just like with the fans, kind of like with the Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi films. Like, it's like like the fans, they don't like it because it's more like a book. And of course, what JK said, they boycotted the entire movie, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, definitely really sad.
Do you like the Fantastic Beasts films?
I did. I just mainly like the main characters' pets. I mean, like, those are like really different, and they didn't have to add those. Yeah,
a lot of people are like, why is this about the character? Why is this about a character who we didn't even know? He wrote a book that people use at Hogwarts. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Why are you telling the story about Newt Scamander? But the story is about Newt, but it's also about the battle between Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this right now.
That wasn't even we didn't even get to see the battle, I don't think.
We don't. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, but Johnny Depp was the best choice for Gellert Grindelwald. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, 100%.
And Jude Law for a young Dumbledore. Those two would have been great on screen, but of course, the stupid Johnny Depp the stupid trial, he was canceled But do you think Mads Mikkelsen did a good job as his replacement for the third movie?
No, I feel like he wasn't. He was pretty good, but he was not nearly as good as Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was like the best. Johnny Depp was in Pirates of the Caribbean, which also got stopped, and he was in Harry Potter. He was like very good key roles.
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, Gellert Grindelwald is just a copy and paste version of Voldemort. No, he's not. He's kind of like it, but he's not. He's not a copy and paste version of Dumbledore. Is he? I mean, not Dumbledore, Voldemort. Do you think he's different than Voldemort?
100%. He has different powers. He can do different things. He's way more powerful, and he's a lot more despicable. Like,
yeah.
Voldemort just wants death for everyone, basically.
Yeah, Voldemort just like is so ruthless that he'd kill a child. Like, there's one scene in the second movie of the Fantastic Beasts, and they have to kill this child. Grindelwald couldn't even watch it. He left the room. He couldn't even watch it. Like, he couldn't even see it happen. Like, that is different to compare to Voldemort, because Voldemort would just kill the child on the spot, right?
Voldemort would kill everybody. Like, he kills everything.
Yeah, and Voldemort has no heart. He has no heart. He has no love, and he's not able to feel any love in his life. But we've got Gellert Grindelwald. He shows a little bit of compassion to, like, that kid. He couldn't even do it himself, because, like, they told him, do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't kill the kid. It was his right-hand assistant had to kill it. And I was just like, geez, this is way different than Voldemort. Yeah, and that brings me to the last film, The Secrets of Dumbledore. There was a lot of pressure when this film came out. Why?
It had to be good. It was like the final thing. That's when everyone expected the battle to come out. It's the final one, so there had to be a lot of gaps filled in the storyline there.
Yeah, and the franchise was set for 5 films, but because of that, it caused so much trouble because of JK's claims. A lot of people, including some of the Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter cast, were shooting back at her. And because of that, a lot of people just boycotted the films because of that and the Johnny Depp trial, because they would not see the film. Some people even said, I'm not going to see the film if Johnny Depp's not in it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that because he was the main character and they're like, let's remove him.
Yeah, that was the best part of the films. He got to play.
It was like the main antagonist. There was only 2 in all of the Harry Potter franchise main antagonists, and he was one of them. And they're just like, I'm gonna change it up.
Yeah,
and they could have done Voldemort because he's just a bunch of makeup, so you won't really notice. But
yeah, but Johnny Depp was a really good addition to the series. But of course, the stupid trial happened, and of course, he lost his job.
Yeah,
and he lost his job for many other roles, including Captain Jack Sparrow, which is my second favorite.
I'm sure there would have been he would have been in that Fantastic Beasts movie, and there would have been another Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm sure it would have been great if there was no trial, but
yeah, he would have been great.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, like, this is going off a little topic, but when the trial was over and he won, let's go, Johnny Depp won, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he won, and he won. So Disney even offered him to come back. Do you know how much money they offered him? I think $100,000 or $1 million to come back, but he said no because you didn't believe me.
Yeah, if they don't believe him, that makes sense. He wouldn't really. If the company is ready to immediately throw you away, then you gotta
Yeah, he threw you didn't believe him.
They were gonna throw his whole life away in a heartbeat, you know?
Yeah. So I've mentioned 2 reasons why people boycotted this film. Then there was the actor who plays Credence, Ezra Miller, who got in trouble with the law. So he was getting into incidents, and he was not being supported by the law because Warner Brothers kept him because he also plays the Flash. So, yeah, you can't do that, Warner Brothers. So you're deciding to stick with Ezra Miller, but then you decide to get rid of Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp's a better character. The Flash has too many series. They can't stop it.
Credence was a very good character in the film. Credence was a very good character in the film, and they completed his arc very good. His arc is ending. Have you seen Secrets of Dumbledore?
I have.
Yes. Do you agree that Credence's arc is done? He shouldn't come back. His arc is complete.
Yeah, it basically is.
Yeah, but I like his story. He's trying to find his birth parents, but then we learn he's the nephew of Albus Dumbledore, and he's the son of Aberforth, Albus's younger brother.
Yeah, he is like. There's nothing we can add to him to make it like better.
A lot of people were confused when the like Gellert Grindelwald, the Tales of what was it called?
I'm not sure.
The Crimes of Grindelwald, my bad. The Crimes of Grindelwald. A lot of people were speculating, oh, he's a Dumbledore because JK ran out of ideas. Nope. Because when it is revealed he is a Dumbledore, and his real name's Aurelius Dumbledore, a lot of her characters are even after Romans, like during Roman times, because, of course, Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. So that's where the name comes from. And he was the Dumbledore. And do you think the fight between him and Dumbledore was very creative? Or were you confused about where they were fighting, like the dimension they were in?
I was confused, like, a lot. Like, I feel like they explained it, but, like, it could have been better explained.
But you learned, but basically we learned that it was like a mirrorverse.
Yeah, it's like a mirrorverse or something like that. They added a whole new universe that you can just go in whenever you feel like it.
I love it too, because I forget the name of Dumbledore's device, but I really like that it has that ability. Because first it could steal the lights, but now we learn that it can do this thing too. And some people also say like Minerva McGonagall, Professor McGonagall, she shouldn't be in this timeline because she wasn't born yet. But if you looked closely, she had a necklace on, and a lot of people suspected that it's a time turner, and she traveled back in time.
And they're wizards, so like they can probably live a long time.
Yeah, they can live long enough too. But I love the third film. I think they did a good job explaining Dumbledore and Grindelwald's relationship. Yes, they're gay, if people are wondering. He is gay. And they explain the story from start to finish. They wrap up Credence's story very well. And it does suck though that he's gonna die. He's not gonna be in the films anymore.
Yeah.
Credence would have been a good character. Very
Definitely.
good. He was a very good character. And we learned that during that summer when Albus Dumbledore and Gellert Grindelwald were making those plans, we learned that Aberforth had Aurelius or Credence. I'm just going to call him Aurelius. But we learned he had Aurelius, and I love this scene. When after Grindelwald leaves, he's like ready to collapse. He says to Aberforth, "Did you ever think of me?" And he said, "Always." And then he said, "Come home." And then he lifts Credence because Credence can't walk anymore. He carries him home. And I think that was a very well-made scene. Do you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It's going to suck. We're not going to see him again. But he was a really good character. But, of course, if Ezra Miller is getting into trouble, then they have their reasons. And by the way, if you're wondering if we're going to see those other two films, the Fantastic Beasts series has been canceled.
Yeah.
No. Sad. Because I really wanted to see the battle between Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Did you want to see that?
Oh, I definitely wanted to see that.
I wanted to see it. People in the books even said it was the best Wizarding War of all time. Oh yeah. Some people believe that this is the first Wizarding War. It's not. It's the global Wizarding War. The first Wizarding War took place like years later, but this took place in the 30s and 40s.
I feel like they should have they described how the school was made by 4 wizards. They should have shown them and stuff like that. They
should have shown Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff.
Yeah, they could have made a movie. They can still probably make a movie or a series based on them, in the very early wizards.
Yeah, but
that would probably be the start of wizards themselves.
Yeah, but nope. They gave us a reboot again. And even though this is off topic, I really love that they made a Harry Potter video game. Do you like that?
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't play it because it's more of it's not the type of game I'm into. I'm into better game. Well, not better.
Yeah,
that's not my preference for games.
Yeah. I've been trying to get that game. I'm trying to get it. I'm planning to do on my Reviews You Can Use channel a gameplay sort of video. But we'll just have to see what happens. We're going to have to see what happens. And there's a few more things I want to talk about. I don't know if you've been keeping up with Harry Potter news, but of course we know about the HBO reboot. Are you not a fan? You're not a fan of this. Why are you not a fan of this?
I just don't like that they're gonna reboot stuff. Like, I feel like they don't need to.
We need more ideas.
Definitely.
Like, again, like,
be more creative with it. Like, the original creator, like the person who wrote the books, gotta come back. You know?
Yeah, like going back to what you said, like they could have made a 4 Founders series, a Marauders series. There have been fan castings, by the way, of all these Harry Potter things. Like if they were gonna make a Marauders series, they already fan casted who they wanted to play, who they wanted Remus Lupin to be played by. And you know who they picked?
Who?
They picked Andrew Garfield. You know who Andrew Garfield is, right?
I believe so.
He's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
and he's British, and a lot of people want him to play the character.
Yeah, he would be a great character. Everyone likes that guy.
Yeah. I forget the name of the guy who they wanted. Oh, and a lot of people wanted a Sirius and Regulus series, and it can explain like the House of Black. A lot of people wanted some fan castings for these people. Like some people wanted Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki. They wanted him to play Sirius's father, Orion. But I don't see Tom Hiddleston as Sirius's father at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't see that. But for the Regulus Black, they said Timothy Chalamet, who's in Dune, and he's going to be playing Willy Wonka in the Wonka film. He was really good. And he even said, too, in an interview that he's a big fan of Harry Potter. He has a Slytherin jacket because his house is Slytherin. He even said that if he was in a Harry Potter film, he would love to play Regulus Black. You know who Timothy Chalamet is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good in Dune.
I feel like he's not a big enough character yet. Like he's good. It's good to put him in all these roles because he's gonna be a better character a lot. Like I like him, but like he hasn't been known enough.
Yeah.
Like if Dune 2 gets like really popular, then he'll be like pretty famous.
Yeah, Dune 2. Is that out yet?
I don't think so. I think it's coming out either the end of this year or next year. I'm pretty sure next year though.
Yeah, there's a lot of
they delayed it because of the actor strike.
Yeah, the actor strike. A lot of now films have been pushed back because of that. Like that, of course, the Harry Potter reboot has been pushed back, and recently Deadpool 3 has been pushed back, and they announced that like 2 days ago. But it's like sad, like that we're not going to be getting any of these new projects. I want to watch the Harry Potter series reboot because I just want to review just to see how like bad it is.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Like, would you want to collab on that one? Would you like to collab?
I definitely want to collab on that one.
Yeah. It's like, why reboot the series? We have the movies, and fans were excited by the idea of the movies.
They gotta add new stuff, and they gotta get like all the cast and all that. Like, they don't have to get the old cast, but like either something in a new timeline. Like in the future that's happening, like that means like Voldemort's back or something like that. I don't know. Or something in like the very old timeline where like before wizards and witches were a thing.
Yeah.
They got like found the magical creatures and hid them away and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like there must have been a time when all humans knew about them because and people didn't know, I'm born with magical powers or I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, we need to talk about this real quick. Have you heard of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
I don't think I have.
Good. Stay away from it. It is terrible. I'm sorry if I'm saying this, but it is goddamn awful. And I'm sorry if I'm cursing, but like, I'm sorry even for cursing, but it's fucking awful. Like, you have this, it takes place right after the Harry Potter things. JK didn't even write this. It's a play on Broadway. If you want, you can buy the book version of it. But it's just so bad. Like they did a terrible. It was like it's about this. I'm just gonna say this right now. One of the main characters is Voldemort's daughter. Right? Have you heard of that? Delphi.
I haven't.
Riddle. And get this. The mother is Bellatrix Lestrange.
Wow.
No. I'm sorry if I'm saying this again. Voldemort never had sex with Bellatrix, and they did not have his baby. They did not have a baby, because if she did, she wouldn't be able to move like that. She wouldn't be able to move like she did in the movies.
They're wizards.
And it's crazy how that happened, but there's also Harry. Harry's not the same as he was in the books. Ron is just this side character that nobody likes. And then you've got Hermione, because they said, like, oh, Hermione's played by... Nothing against the actor of Hermione and Cursed Child. I really like the casting, but it just sucks because, like, after you made up, like, this character who's supposed to be white, you just turn this into the... I'm not being discriminative against anybody. I love the casting, actually, for Hermione in the Cursed Child, but it's not for me. But I do really like the actor, though. This is kind of similar, because have you been keeping up with the Percy Jackson news lately?
I don't think I have.
But it's a Disney Plus. It was a book series, and it's being turned into a Disney Plus show. This actually had the same outburst immediately when the casting was, because Percy Jackson is going to be played by Walker Scobell, and then Leah Jeffries in the books, Annabeth's white, and she has like yellowish hair, but in the movies, in this series, she's going to be played by Leah Jeffries, who's black. And I have nothing against that. Leah Jeffries is a very good actor, but when it's this, you just got to stay true to your books. But nothing against Rick. It was Rick Riordan's choice, and it was J.K. Rowling's choice. And I love both actors in both franchises. I think they did a very good job. But The Cursed Child, it's just stupid. The plot is that you have Delphi Riddle, who's Voldemort's daughter. Again, Voldemort never had sex with Bellatrix, and they did not have a child.
He might have. He might have. We won't know.
We won't know.
The storyline says he died.
But we won't know. But it's just like stupid. And she wants to meet her father, so she researches about the prophecy. And then it deals with this little side quest or side story. The two main characters of the story also are Albus Potter, who's Harry's child. Harry has 3 children: James Sirius Potter, Albus Severus Potter, and Lily Luna Potter. And then it's about also Draco's son, Scorpius Malfoy, and the two are best buds. And it deals with Delphi Diggory wanting to go back in time to meet her father, and it just ruins everything. This is going to be... You're going to say this is stupid as soon as I talk about this, but they have Cedric Diggory, the man who died in the 4th series. All right, let's just be honest here. Was Cedric meant to die in the series? Was it supposed to set up the Second Wizarding War? Do you think that was supposed to set it up?
Probably not.
Yeah, Cedric was. Yeah, but it sucked. But this is the strange thing. He survives, by the way, in this new timeline. But because he lost the Triwizard Tournament, he joined Voldemort and became a Death Eater. Is that
because
stupid?
He lost the tournament? Oh my gosh.
Is that stupid or
He's
what?
Like, no, I lost. I'm so angry. I'm going to become a Death Eater and kill all these people.
Is that stupid?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to get revenge by killing people.
Yeah.
Just for losing this game.
Yeah, I lost the Triwizard Tournament. And now
the only dumb part about that game is that there's only 2 people that actually play. Everybody else is just there to keep everyone entertained because of how boring it is.
I don't know who won, but in the books, I honestly don't forget, and I'm glad I forget, but here's the strange part. She wanted to go back to meet her father, so she changes all these points in the original timeline, and then when she goes back to the exact moment on Halloween, she was going to meet her father right before he killed Harry, but turns out, surprise, surprise, it was Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron, Draco, Albus, not Albus Dumbledore, Albus Potter, Scorpius.
I think the Draco Malfoy was too complex. It was too odd of a character. Like, he changed personalities through every movie.
Yeah,
he changed. And then he wasn't a bully, and then.
But Tom Felton was a very good actor.
And wanted to kill him. I don't know what's happening.
But Tom Felton was a very good choice for the character, though. To play him, he was a very good choice.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make sense, and I can tell JK just did this for the goddamn money. If someone was going to write, if you were an author and you had to, if these people said, hey, we wrote this play for you and we want you to see if it's good or not. If you saw your work was not going to be the same, would you tell them no and you would rewrite it yourself?
I don't know, maybe.
I would. That is stupid. Who does that? Yeah, J.K. Rowling, who are you? Who are you?
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense. Like they do this. It just doesn't make sense. I'm glad you've never read The Cursed Child, but don't consider it as canon. It's basically Harry Potter fan fiction, pretty much. So if you ever wondered, like, if people like have these fan fiction theories, it's clear that the people who wrote The Cursed Child have no respect for the original source material and just basically read Harry Potter fan fiction and be like, we got ourselves a story here. It's so stupid. Just don't watch it, please, or read it.
I won't.
But if you guys want, on the Reviews You Can Use channel, we can do a review of this. We'll even read it again. Him and me will read it if he wants to collab. Tornado and me will read it, and then we'll just give our honest opinion about it.
Yeah.
But all right. So, is there anything else you want to say about Harry Potter? Like, do you have any ideas of like what they could do for like any other series or books? Like,
No.
yeah. There's a lot of good good Harry Potter merchandise. But again, go subscribe to the Movie Flame channel that I suggested. He's really good. Also subscribe to the Potter Collector. He's really good. Subscribe to Harry Potter Theory, who is the runner of the Star Wars Theory channel. And yeah, please, that is all today on the It's All Geek to Me podcast. That's all for me discussing with my buddy Tornado here. That's all we're gonna do today. And again, thank you for watching us discuss Harry Potter. And we're not yet. We just not yet, Tornado. We just had fun discussing this. What do you like? Again, like, that's everything we said in this thing is true. Yes, we hate The Cursed Child. We think the Fantastic Beasts series is great. And it's true how we were introduced out in 5th grade. We really got more into Harry Potter, right, Tornado?
Yeah, when we were young.
Yeah, when we were.
I don't think in 5th grade, did the movies come out yet? Like, did the movies?
No.
Not
the third Fantastic Beasts movie, but the second one I think came out a year. I think while we were in 4th or no, it was when we were in 3rd grade. The second Fantastic Beasts movie came out. But thank you guys for just us talking about Harry Potter. It was fun. If you want us to do like a part 2 about Harry Potter, let us know. We have some very good ideas for that. But just again, thank you guys for watching us discuss Harry Potter. It's been fun.
And see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time on It's All Geek to Me. Please subscribe to Reviews You Can Use. Share this podcast with your friends. If we're going to be taking a little break from guests, we'll have the whole group on next month, right?
Yeah.
Once a month. But I will bring in like separate people to do these videos too. Like I brought my buddy Tornado here today because I know he's a huge Harry Potter nerd. Okay, not nerd, but just like geek, right? Is that better? Is geek better?
They're both the same.
But yeah, that was us talking about our honest opinions about Harry Potter. But thank you guys for watching. Please check out the Etsy store, my Etsy store. And if you want, we can even make a little commercial for the merch. We can even, I think, we're not going to give his real name, but we could blur
make some fan art for the merch. We should make fan art.
Yeah, we'll have an ad at the end of this video showing the merch. And if you even want us to make like a little commercial, I can even make one. And we can have some of the people I've showed in the videos come on and give their honest opinions about the merch. So thank you guys for watching us discuss Harry Potter. Till next time on It's All Geek to Me. Thank you, Tornado. Do you love coming on here, giving your honest opinion? That's about it.
It's enjoyable.
If you came out next time, what would you want to do?
Another series, like another trilogy, I think.
All right.
Marvel, anything like that.
Got it. So again, thank you to my pal Tornado for coming on today. And thank you guys for watching us discuss Harry Potter. It's been fun. We love Harry Potter. Once the reboot series comes out, we will watch it. And if you want us to review The Cursed Child, please let us know. I will do it. I will do it if you guys subscribe to Reviews You Could Use, buy something from my Etsy store, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'll do it. I'll do it if I get comments. We'll do it, right, Tornado? We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. So thank you guys. Thank you to my pal Tornado. Say thank you, Tornado.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. See you next time on It's All Geek to Me.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It's all geek to me.